Hi, it's Mission Man. Welcome to the first episode of Tea in the Park. This is just going to be kind of a casual conversation style video, hopefully every week, but I'm not going to force it. Just if you guys have questions, leave them in the comments. I'll definitely respond to them. But this idea came about partially because of the role that tea has played in my life. It's played a surprisingly large role. When I found out that I had type 2 diabetes, I immediately gave up soda, switched to just water, and after about 6 weeks I decided that I really needed something a little more flavorful. So I decided to give tea a try. I hated tea as a kid, but I really learned to like it, and now I love it so much more than I ever loved soda. And it definitely helps me control my type 2 diabetes, and it's also enhanced my life in other ways. When I went on tour in Europe with my music, they had tea kettles at basically every Airbnb I was at, so I got to have a bunch of different local teas there. But there's also the positive association with the touring, and I went to Tara's Tea Room in Cork, which was an amazing little tea room. And then at the Old 55 in Galway, they had some tea, and I got introduced to Jaffa cakes, and Jaffa cakes became kind of my wonderful association with Europe. And I've definitely had Jaffa cakes dipped in tea. That was the first time I had Jaffa cakes, and that's how I tried them, even though Jaffa cakes go hard says you shouldn't, because they're a cake and not a biscuit. I'm also going to try a different flavor of tea in every episode if I can. This week's is Berry Bramble's Black by Plum Deluxe, and I'm going to pair it with a Royal Dansk Danish butter cookie. I'm going to have it straight up first, and then I'm going to have a little dip with my sloth buddy. There we go. That is an excellent pairing. You know, kind of like black wine and fish, or spaghetti and ketchup. I'm kidding about all of those, of course. Anyway, last couple things I'll mention for this first episode. I just relaunched Word Average. It was a video game that I made where you average out words based on their alphanumeric value, and it was on the Android platform, Android store, for a long time. Then I stopped updating it, so it wasn't there. But it is now available at wordaverage.com. So if you want to play that game, you can. I still have a couple of kinks to work out, but they should be fixed by the time you watch this video. I also set up missionman.net/buy. So if you want to buy my music and support my music career, it's really easy to do that now. There are a handful of songs that you can just straight up buy. You can also buy my entire discography on Bandcamp for $33. And that's really about it. If you have any tea related stories or a special connection to tea, feel free to leave that in the comment. If you have any questions for me, leave those in the comments as well, and I will respond to them in the next episode. So I'm just going to sit and enjoy my tea for a little bit, and hope to see you next week.